Good day to you, one and all. It is I, Justin Hawkins, and this is Justin Hawkins Rides Again. How comes he's not in his normal studio setting? Well, I'll tell you, I'm recording remotely because this weekend Dan and I have been asked to go and perform at the Thundergong event in conjunction with the Steps of Faith charity. It's in Kansas, Missouri, not Maryland, not Massachusetts, Missouri. Today I'm talking about Noel Gallagher's High Flying Birds, one of my favourite music artists from the current times. Justin Hawkins rides again. Oasis. As an enormous Oasis enthusiast, I'm sure lots of you are aware that I am one of those. I'm excited that Noel Gallagher's got some new music out. I love the rivalry between him and his brother because they're both basically selling more records than anybody else in the name of a sibling rivalry. And I applaud that. This next song is called Pretty Boy, and it was released on the 31st of October 2022. Here are some reactions to it. John Brands said, not really my cup of tea. But I appreciate the fact that Noel is in it for the music. I'm sure there aren't any other factors that have prompted... not the money, he says. He clarifies that. He just writes what he wants. And there aren't many rock stars left who can claim the same thing. Somebody with some a username handle that's some characters that I don't recognise says that riff is absolutely crazy. I can't love this song enough. He never releases bad songs, not a single one. Then Succinct says, sincerely appreciate the fact that Noel's challenging the ears of his audience with each new release. Artists should always be doing that. No formula here. Cheers all. Anyway, Noel Gallagher was the chief songwriter, lead guitarist and co-lead vocalist of the rock band Oasis until their split in 2009. After leaving Oasis, he formed Noel Gallagher's High Flying Birds. He is one of the most successful songwriters in British music history, as the writer of 8 UK number one singles and the sole or primary writer of 10 UK number one studio albums. Amazing stats. He is widely considered to be one of the most influential songwriters in the history of British rock music. So let's have a look at this song, Pretty Boy. This will be the first time I've ever heard it. Literally can't wait.
Beneath the starry sky of a distant moon.
Just trying to figure out what that last chord is. I think it's so it's G, B minor, D, and then G sharp something or other. I already like it because unusually for a Noel Gallagher composition, there's the root seems to go from a D to a G sharp, and that is, as you know, the Diabolo interval. In order to play two songs in that, two notes rather, in that sequence, is to conjure the very devil himself from the depths of hell, and it's already really evil. Love that.
The magic moment is gonna come too soon.
Okay, I think it's G sharp minor.
There was a girl like me. There was a boy like you.
Okay, I think it's in B minor then. Like everything he's singing seems to be. It's an ostinato of a top line which keeps repeating over the various chords. So like. I'm not sure if that is a minor actually, or even it's. No, it could be. What is that now? Could be that actually. That would make sense with the key. So it might be a B minor with a G sharp in it, which would make that a B6, I suppose, B minus 6, is that right? Yeah, B minor 6. Or it's some kind of G sharpy thing. But the melody is doing is not as funky as that is. But it's these are just a handful of notes on the B minor pentatonic scale.
You tell me that you want it, yeah, yeah.
Right, up until this chorus bit, it actually was sounding like one of the recent Harry Styles releases. It's unusually poppy for somebody who's considered among the rock establishment of the United Kingdom.
You know you can't have it, yeah, yeah. So get your head down, pretty boy.
See, I always associate Noel Gallagher and his, not just his guitar playing, but also like the melodies that he writes. He often operates in that pentatonic scale. So when the chorus kicks in, it's just this. And he seldom troubles himself with things like a harmonic minor here. It's all this. I think it's one of the reasons why his songs have been so accessible over the years. And actually, whenever I listen to anything of his, I always think, is he going to be... You know, that is the benchmark for anything he writes. Which is, you know... Again, that's pentatonic, but in the F sharp. You could have it all, but how much do you want it? You make me laugh. See? I'm actually going to listen to the whole thing because I want to see if he deviates from these notes. Not that it's necessary for him to do that. I'm just curious. I actually expected him to do it there. What it needs is a post-chorus tag, like a... Even then, still doesn't do it on the post-chorus tag. Ah, see that there is as a true ostinato. So round about 2 minutes 20, you get like something like a middle 8. Seems to be an E minor. Going to a D. To a C. Staying on the C. But as it descends from E, D to C, the melody is still doing it. And it doesn't deviate. So that's an ostinato because the melody is repeating, but the key's changing. So the relationships of those notes change according to the basis chord underneath it. It's all fascinating stuff, I'm sure you'll agree. It's a nice guitar bit. So I think he's fretting on the 7th fret of the 6th string and the 7th fret of the 4th string, but using the 5th string open, and then doing like an arpeggio between those, and the line is something like... Rather lovely. It's quite Johnny Marr-esque, actually. Yeah, I think a long time ago I upset some of the Oasis enthusiasts because I said something like, I think Noel Gallagher had said something dismissive about the darkness, so I reacted by expressing an opinion that he wouldn't cut the mustard in Whitesnake. I stand by that, but when you hear him doing this kind of interesting sort of spidery arpeggio things, you really get an appreciation of what kind of guitarist he actually is, you know. I mean, I think when he's doing lead stuff, he relies way too heavily on the pentatonic scale. But this stuff's interesting. So maybe he's more of a sort of rhythmic lead guitarist. And those are the guys that I admire, really. And you can't argue with the songwriting. This is Noel Gallagher, he's a legend. Come on, guys.
She was a lot like me. She was a lot like you.
Really Smithsy arrangement, I think.
Because it don't suit me.
Okay, so this song is getting on for 5 minutes long, and at no point has he deviated from... Those are the only 4 notes that have occurred in the whole melody, unless I've missed something. There's some really interesting guitar playing. And it feels like the lyric is a little bit more concise and less stream of conscious meandering as most of his stuff has been over the years. It seems like a departure. I think that's what people mean when they're sort of talking about how he's challenging his audience and doing stuff that's a little bit un-Noel-esque. But to be Noel-esque in the first place, imagine being having such a defined and distinctive compositional style that people consider things to be Noel-esque. He's definitely responsible for a lot of great music, and this is challenging in a good way. I quite enjoyed it, actually. Nice one, Noel. Well done, mate. Brilliant stuff. Justin Hawkins rides again. Don't forget to like, subscribe, hit the bell for notifications, and watch one of these 2 videos. Nice one, guys. All right.